Hi everyone, it's going to be another great card collecting day coming our way. Uh, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to throw some cards by, talk about some stuff, and get ready for my cards to come back. I got cards going to the grader. I have some cards I want to send off, so if you guys have any ideas on which cards I should send, what I shouldn't, please let me know. I wanted to sort of talk about what I think's an elephant in the room or in the industry. I don't have a clue really why nobody's talking about it, but someone has to. Okay, let me see. That's a rod. I'm going to just put these up. You can read them, you can stop them if you want. But, you know, being out of the... Let's see here. Sorry. Being out of the card thing for a while and just getting back into it, I just put my cards away 20 years ago, just got them out, and when I started, you know, back then, there was no grading companies really. You didn't have to get your cards graded. You go to the card shop or, you know, sell them locally or whatever. And nowadays you sort of have to have them graded. So I started doing some research and trying to figure out how to grade. And I found out that, like, there was one big dog in the trading, you know, in the grading companies, and everywhere I looked, it seemed like there was problems with them, you know. And so I'm trying to decide where to go. I have some cards out being graded right now, but all I have, as you'll see here, you know, hundreds of cards I need to get graded. And I'm just trying to decide who to go with. You can see I was sort of crazy back in the day. I'd buy every, you know, buy boxes. I went today and looked up, I was watching another video from Latino Chino, shout out to him, look for him, his videos. But he was opening up 92, 93, I think, Fleer. And it reminded me that I had a bunch of sets, so I went and pulled some of the cards out of there. Because I had the Ultra Rejectors, I think, and the Inside Outside. And I know there's Jordan cards in there, and check cards and stuff, so I went and pulled them. But back to the grading thing, you know. A couple of Jeters. Quite a few, actually. But yeah, I kept hearing about one company, you know, to do card grading. I don't know if that's actually getting focused in there. Looked like it was. I don't know. I'll move them back maybe. then all I kept hearing is horror stories, you know. Cards getting damaged. Grades very inconsistent. And then I started looking, you know. Looking on eBay, looking at the cards, you know. Seeing cards grade like at a 10. And I look at them close, you know. People, eBay has the capability to look at the cards pretty close, and I'm not an expert, but you know, a lot of the 10s seemed to be way too off center, and stuff like that. Just didn't seem very like why a company that's supposed to be the leader like that would have those kind of issues. Now I don't know why people aren't talking about it. You know, I had people talking about long wait times, sometimes over a year. You know, I'm lucky because most of my cards are, you know, vintage cards. You know, so I already know who's who, what's what. But if you're prospecting on a rookie or something, then that long wait time can be a killer. You know, because either they can get injured, their play can just diminish during the season, and it could be devastating, you know, especially to someone just getting started in the hobby, you know, and it would discourage people, it seems like, to not want to get into the hobby, you know, after that, or just leave early, you know. Another thing I noticed was that a lot of people, an extraordinary amount, wouldn't like the grade that they got. So they break open the slab, send it back, and get a different grade. Now how can a company that's supposed to be highly regarded, why would you even think of that? Because you should get the same exact grade, right? If they're so good, they would give you the same grade the next time you send it back. But I'd see cards that get a 7, 8, or a 9, they'd send them back and then they come back as 10s. Now, what if you like went to the car repair guy and he's like, oh yeah, your car's on its last leg, and then you took it to the next guy and he's like, oh no, your car's fine, it's absolutely great. Would you trust your car guy, you know, anymore? But people keep on going to that company, and I don't know. I don't understand it. What about if you went to like a jeweler and they said you're going to get a flawless gem, and then you took it to someone else or whatever, and then they said, oh, this is a, you know, subpar ring or whatever, diamond, ruby, whatever, then would you ever trust that company again? Nobody would. But why in the world people keep going back to this company and not, you know, even though they know they don't grade right, why they keep doing that? I know one thing, that all these cards that I'm showing you, this is the redemption set after I sent it in and got it back for the predictors. But so all of these cards I'm showing you, I know that's one company I'm not going to use for sure. You know, Okay, what about, there was also a bunch of stories about damaging cards coming back damaged. You know, and they don't seem to really care from what I've seen. I just got done watching a video on a guy that got a damaged card from Panini and sent it in, and he got a couple of really nice cards sent back to him. These are sets here. These are both the Skybox and the Hoops Draft Redemption from the, I think it's 94, 95. So it's got Grant Hill, Juwan Howard, Jason Kidd, Glenn Robinson, but there's a couple of those. And so, you know, why does this company that's supposed to be so good not take care of their people, or not, you know, when a card gets damaged, they should take care of it. Then it comes there. Then there's the pricing. You know, back a while ago, you could send them in for. Well, let's see. Just recently, there was a talk with one of the brass over there at that company, and they were talking about how they're going to start relaunching some areas because they've been shut down for a while, and they didn't have really any answers as to what they're going to do to improve things. The only thing that I heard them say was that they'll raise prices in order to have less people submit. Now, if you're already doing a subpar job, you're not handling yourself, your business, why would raising the price be, you know, you seem like you would want to figure out how to solve the problem instead of charging people more again for inferior services. I don't know. I just don't really get it. I know they have a ton of volume, and there's going to bound to have some issues, you know, but they should, you know, if you have people working there, they'd be saying, hey, you know, our back room's getting overloaded and this and that. They should have known like way ahead of time they were going to having these issues. Here's one out of these boxes here. This is the Wade, I think. I had a couple of Wades, and I don't know what happened. My LeBrons got stolen or something. I don't have any LeBrons, or most of my Kobe's are gone. So along the way, some of my cards got stolen, but these Magic All rookies were pretty tough to pull. I don't know why they don't have a better. This one's Chris Webber and Anthony Hardaway. But yeah, I just don't get, well, people are you know, continuing to say this company is so great when it's blatantly, blaringly obvious it's about one of the worst companies I've ever seen. I mean, in all facets, from customer service to turnaround to the just actual job they're supposed to do, which is grading cards. You know, I was watching one guy, I think it's like trading cards and more. This guy, you know, sends in 100, 200, 300 cards at once. So he's a good customer, you know. And he does box openings. He'll open the boxes and then send the cards in. And granted, they're older cards. They're like my cards here. You know, 92, 90, whatever. But good cards, nice cards. Jordans and Shaqs and inserts and such. But the same cards he'll send in 2 different orders. One order he'll get 9s and 10s, and then the other next order he'll get 8s and 7s. Then I just watched another video the other day, and one guy got 22 10s in a row. 22. Then he got 1 9, and then 15 more 10s in a row. So I know that some people might be better or whatever at picking cards or however that goes, but the here's another weight from another set. But when you're pulling brand new cards out of packs and putting them right in the sleeves, and you know the centering's good and all that, they should get graded pretty well, you would imagine, you know. So I don't know how anybody can say that that company is a good grading company. I mean, it's just beyond me. I go and look online on eBay, and they're off center. There's a 10s with chips in the corner and chips on the edges. So it just doesn't make sense with all those. So moving forward, one thing I know I'm not going to do is use that company. So I'm going to look at, you know, who to go to. I'm trying out a company now, and I'll see how that goes. I'll reveal my cards are scheduled to be in for grading next week. I was on a 30 to 45 days, and I sent them in on the 6th or the 3rd, I think, of this month. So they're already going to grading next week. They're scheduled. This is one of the 3D Pro views from, I think it's Upper Deck. You needed glasses. I got a few sets of the glasses, and I got a book full of them. It's pretty fun to look at them sometimes. But so, I forgot where I was at, but I'll let you guys know. I'll do a reveal when I do my cards. I know I'm probably not going to get 10s, you know, but I know how to look at cards, you know. It's not rocket science. You know when borders